Welcome to Home Cookin'. This is the show that brings you some of the most comforting recipes, some of the most inspiring stories, and some of Toronto's most passionate home cooks. I'm your host, Emanuela Pires, and today I'm in the mood for something exotic. So today I'm visiting Nasrin, and Nasrin promised to show me some of her favorite Persian dishes. How exotic is that?
Hi, Emanuela. How are you? Nice to see you.
It's so good to see you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to cook.
My first memory of food was so funny because when I got married, I didn't know how to cook at all. Even I didn't know how to cook an egg. And then I started to cook. I love to just learn. So I learned it by myself. I knew what my mom puts in the, like for cooking, what ingredient she uses. And then I started to just use them. And then the worst thing was I was burning the pot with the meat in it every day. And then I used to hide it under the cabinet. So one day my husband said, "What are those things under the cabinet?" So I said, "Nothing, I just put them there to wash it later." And then anyway, he found out. And then it took me 2-3 months to just learn how to cook. And then I love it. Like even now I learn to just learn new foods, new like from other nationality. So I love to learn. And then I love to cook. It's my passion.
We're in the kitchen with Nasrin, and I am so excited because today Nasrin is going to show me how to put together a beautiful Persian feast fit for a Persian princess. Thank you so much for having us in your kitchen.
You're very welcome. That's my pleasure.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I see some fantastic exotic ingredients that are so interesting to work with. And we're starting with a stew, is that correct? And what kind of a stew we're making?
It's a veal stew. And the main ingredient in that is veal or beef you can use. It doesn't matter, like it's at your preference.
Wonderful, and I know that we will be making it with rice.
Yes.
With basmati rice.
That's right.
Again, very widely used in Persian cuisine. Is that correct?
That's true.
Excellent, and then we have some split peas. Now that's an interesting ingredient. It's also very helpful for you. Can it be substituted with anything else?
No, it's just the main ingredient. It should be just with that. If you make with something else, then it's not the veal stew or beef stew.
Gotcha. So that's actually part of the traditional recipe.
That's right. That's right.
And then we have the world's most expensive spice, and that's saffron.
Yes.
And this is ground saffron, so it's not the actual little threads that are hand-picked.
Yeah.
But it's still very expensive and, of course, very, very flavorful.
Yeah.
I just love that. Nice.
I know, it's fantastic. Actually, I ground it this morning, so it's very fresh.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, and you can smell it right there. Yeah. And then we have some lemon pepper.
Yes.
And I guess
if you add lemon pepper, you don't need to add any more like salt or lemon because it has everything, and it just makes it a little bit spicy because it has pepper in it. So it makes it very delicious. And you can add this whatever you like it. Like if you want it spicier, you can add more, or less spicy, you can add less. So it's up to you.
Very nice and pungent, and also fresh because of that lemon. And then I see, again, one of the very traditional ingredients in Persian cooking, and that's cinnamon.
Yes.
And cinnamon, I guess, just adds that nice warmth to anything that we're really making.
It just makes it very tasty. Like you can feel it when you put it in your mouth, like it's very tasty.
Absolutely
cinnamon.
Wonderful. And then what do we have in here?
This is tomato paste. So it just adds a little thickness to the stew, and then it gives it a very nice color. Plus the saffron. So both together, they just make it very nice color. And then it's just thick, like it's not watery. So we have to add that too.
So it will give that nice body.
Yes.
So it will not only be flavorful, it will also be beautiful to look at.
Yes, that's true.
Wow, Nasrin, wonderful. So are these all the ingredients that we have for our main dish?
No, we have to add onion. So actually the first thing we fry is onion. And then after that, we just add the meat and then stir it a little bit. And then we add our split peas and then the lemon pepper and then the the tomato paste and then cinnamon. And then we just add a little bit of water and let it to cook.
Fantastic.
For around like 2 hours.
It's gonna be so good, and the meat is gonna get nice and tender. And of course, we're gonna make an appetizer as well. So
Yes.
tell me a little bit about the appetizer.
The appetizer that I'm trying to make today is just with the potato and eggs and onion and a little bit of saffron.
And then, of course, our meal is not going to be complete without a dessert. So let's talk about that.
This is actually the dessert that I'm making. Is a very traditional Iranian dessert. And then it's just kind of rice pudding. But the difference with our rice pudding and then the other rice pudding here is just we add water instead of milk. And then we add rose water.
Oh, and I want to talk about this particular ingredient because this is actually one of my favorite ingredients to really cook with. And the rose water essentially is made just by steaming rose petals, and they get that nice, beautiful floral aroma that I just adore.
Yeah, it's very good.
So beautiful. And again, very commonly used in Middle Eastern cooking.
That's true, yeah.
Fantastic. So we are going to add the rose water, and then we have some almonds.
Yeah, so the main ingredient of that dessert is actually rice. So we cook the rice to the certain point, and then when it just gets like smooth, then we add the saffron. So it just gets a color like a saffron color. And then we add sugar to make it sweet. And then at the end we add rose water and then the almond flakes or like almond and pistachio. And then we mix it together. And then we just dish it. And then for the making it nicer, so we add some pistachio on top of it, and then the cinnamon again.
Oh my goodness!
To make it smell much better and then taste much better. They go together, yeah.
Aromas and flavors are going to come together, and it's going to be really good, beautiful home cooking. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to start working on our beautiful stew.
My mom loves to cook too, still now, like she is around 80 years old, but still she is the best cook to me. Like she cooks lots of things better than me. And then when I was a little, I remember always she was cooking a new, even European dishes in Iran. Like she used to just cook those, and now I just ask her, like, how did you cook that? So yeah, like her dishes were really good, like it was tasteful, and then she added like our spices is mostly saffron, so she was adding that, and then I loved her rice, and then I loved she makes something like a with the meat and potatoes, so fries it, so we call it cutlet. And then I love that one. Still I love it. Whenever she comes here, I just ask her to cook it, because it's fantastic.
Welcome back to Home Cooking. I'm in the kitchen with Nasrin, and Nasrin is about to show me how to make one of the traditional Persian dishes, which is called, Nasrin?
خورش قیمه.
I'm not even gonna try to repeat this. It sounds great. Let's start.
Just not too much. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. And And of course, in cooking, it's always color equals flavor. It's gonna get that nice, beautiful caramelized flavor for our meat. And in this case, we're using veal. Okay, Nasrin, so our meat is ready for the next step. And
Yes.
that happens to be our tomato paste.
Yes, so I'm gonna add the tomato paste. I just add until I think that it's good, so you can stir it for me, please.
And this will add that nice color.
Yes.
Look at that.
And it
Excellent.
just gives it texture.
And thickens it a little bit.
Yes.
We'll add a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah.
And you know what is an interesting thing is that this will almost, for now, resemble the Italian flavors.
Yeah.
Because in Italian cooking, sometimes cinnamon is also used.
Shall I? So I'm just gonna add cinnamon, and then you can stir it, please. And then I'm just gonna add the lemon pepper. So we add for now, and then if we need, we can add more later.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness,
And
fantastic.
then I'm just gonna add the split peas.
Again, a very traditional for this particular dish. You can't go without it.
Yeah, I just want to see if it's enough or not. Could you stir it?
Certainly. There we go.
Okay, and then the last best thing is the saffron. So you just
And another
add-
interesting thing about saffron is that saffron is actually an aphrodisiac. It's one of the world's oldest aphrodisiacs. So there you go, spreading a little bit of love.
Lovely, yeah.
Sounds easy, but so Nasrin, in order for us to complete our beautiful stew, we need to prepare our rice.
That's
and
right.
you're gonna show me how to do it in a very different way. So please proceed.
I just boiled the rice, and then as you see, I just put it in the drainer. So
Just a regular
for the
colander?
bottom of it, I'm just gonna place some potato, so it just gets crispy.
Excellent. So we just displayed them at the
Yeah,
bottom of the
just
pan.
like that. And then I just put the rice on top of it. And then now I'm
You
gonna
live and you learn.
now I'm gonna
Very
put the
interesting.
rice on top.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And rice is nice and hot. And it's such a fragrant rice, basmati rice. I just
Yeah.
adore it. And of course, it's a long grain rice.
That's true.
Lots of room for all the flavors to absorb still.
And then this goes with that stew. I realized I have this passion after I got married. I had like a few friends that they were a very good cook. And then I just realized, oh, I don't know how to cook. And then I didn't feel good about it. So I just tried to just learn from them. And then they were really good. So they were teaching me, like from jams to dishes, like the food, rices. And then I just watched them and then learned from them. And then I came back and then tried it. So it was really good. Like, it just took me like about a year. But still I'm learning. Like, I don't say that I'm done. Still I love to learn, and then I learn new dishes. Like from my coworker here is the multinationality. So I just ask around, and then whatever I like, I just try to just make it myself. That's right. It just looks interesting. Yeah, the capital, like I raised in the capital.
So cute. Nasrin and I are about to start working on our beautiful Persian appetizer. And today's appetizer happens to have some beautiful shredded potatoes that we just boiled and we peeled. So why don't we start on that? So we just
Sure.
shred them?
Yes. And
Just
then
like this.
we mix it with egg later. So first we have to shred it.
And I bet you that the potatoes are gonna add that nice velvety texture to
Oh yeah,
our appetizer.
yeah,
And also it will probably make it so nice and filling.
that's true.
So that's already half a meal right there. Fantastic. Now, Nasrin, when did you learn this particular dish?
When did I learn it? When my mom was cooking it. I didn't know how to cook it, but I just